Whoever is in the White House in 2013 is going to face a set of challenges around foreign assistance that have been long in the making and will continue to vex how the United States approaches development assistance going forward. You've seen the role of foreign assistance from official foreign assistance from governments decline dramatically in the recent decades. It used to play a much more prominent role in the economies of poor countries in the world, but that role has reduced over time, and that's a trend that's likely to continue. You've seen foreign assistance dwarfed in many respects by other forms of capital flows, private direct investments, remittances from workers overseas, and also many of the countries that have traditionally received foreign assistance from the United States are now graduated to themselves becoming middle-income countries. And what you've seen in recent years with USAID is a pretty profound reform effort underway to try to retain the relevancy of the organization in this dynamic and shifting environment. So you've seen four trends underway that I think will continue no matter who is in the White House. The first is a shift away from middle-income countries, many of which are holdovers from the Cold War years, both in terms of USAID human and financial resources, away from those countries to poorer countries. And that's an important trend, long overdue, and one that will continue. Secondly, you're going to see a shift away from Iraq and Afghanistan. Those two countries have soaked up an enormous amount of development assistance from the United States over the past decade, and there's actually quite little to show for it in terms of return on that investment. And as we draw down our troops in those countries, you will see that trend continue, which is not a bad thing from my perspective. The third thing you're going to see is an increased emphasis on working collaboratively with the private sector to try to amplify what USAID is doing in various countries around the world, bringing the resources, brand, marketing, technology of private sector companies to bear on those thorny development issues. You're also going to see more collaboration with other development organizations. The USAID is not as dominant, of course, as it once was. It still is the single largest player in the official development world, but you see other countries rapidly expanding their own development assistance and becoming important players in parts of the world, and the United States will have to figure out how to work more collaboratively there to amplify what it's doing. And then lastly, the trend of bringing more expertise in-house for USAID, I think, is an important one, so that USAID can be a relevant player on the international development stage in terms of accountability, in terms of transparency, in terms of transferring best practices, and really being at the cutting edge of what works and what doesn't in development.